Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anonymous Sports Talk, where this week, we're going to be talking about Formula One for this video specifically. Obviously, we're now going to the Monaco Grand Prix off the back of the Barcelona Grand Prix, and Monaco obviously being one of the more glamorous Grand Prix, but still one of the trickier tracks to navigate. It's obviously a street circuit, which makes it difficult for drivers. Any small mistake is punished more than any other track, really. So it's going to need drivers to be at their utmost game. Like I mentioned, coming off the Barcelona Grand Prix, some drivers will be looking forward to this race to improve their results. Others will be looking forward to this race to continue the momentum they have going off from Barcelona. Very different from other Grand Prix in the Monaco Grand Prix. We're going to talk about the implications later on in terms of qualifying especially, and what that means for the race going forward. And obviously we have a fight on our hands in the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championships. And speaking of the Drivers' Championships, the top two as it stands, obviously, we have Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen. Now, these two have been going head-to-head really from the very beginning of the season. Leclerc had that fantastic start, whereas Verstappen and his Red Bull really struggled with reliability. And Leclerc took an early lead in the championship. At some point, he was almost 40 points. Actually, he was 40 points ahead of Verstappen. But as time has progressed, Red Bull have slightly resolved some of the reliability issues. Last week, of course, they had the issue with DRS with Verstappen's car. However, they're getting to a more reliable car. And now, after last week's result, where Leclerc, unfortunately, while in the lead of the race, it looked like it was going to be his. It looked like he was going to win. Unfortunately, he lost power and had to retire from the race. Verstappen, on the other hand, despite his DRS struggles, still managed to come out on top and get the win in Barcelona, which now puts him ahead in the drivers' championship against Leclerc. And now going into this race, obviously it's Leclerc's home race. It hasn't been the luckiest of hunting grounds for him recently. He's had a lot of disappointments in Monaco, so I'm sure he'll be open for a much better result this weekend with a car that's been much better. Actually, the best car he's ever had since he joined Ferrari, and he'll be looking for a better result after the DNF of last week in Barcelona, which put him behind in the drivers' championship against Verstappen. So he'll be looking to bounce back in a track where, like I said, he's just been unlucky. Verstappen, on the other hand, will be looking to continue his momentum, continue his record of every time he's finished a race, he's ended up winning the race. So going into this Monaco Grand Prix, he'll be looking forward to continue that record and the top of the Drivers' Championship against his main rival, as it seems, Charles Leclerc. It's going to be a big battle between these two once again. Qualifying will be important, of course, as we know how difficult it is to overtake around the Monaco Grand Prix. So whoever has that Saturday pace, that quali pace, seems whoever takes more risk on this street circuit, one would imagine is probably going to come out on top. Later on, I'll give my predictions about who I believe will win, but we're in for a close battle. Now, there are two support drivers, Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez. Again, two drivers who had decent enough performances in Barcelona. Obviously, for Carlos Sainz, that's his home country race in Barcelona, Spain, and he had a decent enough weekend. Unfortunately, he made the mistake in Barcelona, which made him lose positions, and he couldn't fight to win the race in Spain. However, he did bounce back well enough, ultimately finishing fourth in Barcelona, obviously thanks to an issue with Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. However, fourth was still a good enough result for Carlos Sainz at his home race in Spain, where he has been good recently. Going into Monaco, Ferrari will be hoping once again that his performance levels can improve, because right now he's struggling to match Charles Leclerc. And if they're in this battle with Red Bull, they really need Carlos Sainz to step up and give him the support he needs as that second driver, to give Charles Leclerc the support he needs in his fight with Verstappen as their second driver, because on Verstappen's hand, he's had support, and that's come in the name of Sergio Perez, who had a brilliant race last time in Spain, Barcelona. Could very easily have won that race were it not for, unfortunately, the team orders he received to let Verstappen go and win the race essentially, and to not challenge Verstappen or to push Verstappen further. He did all he could really to win the race, but at the end of the day, it was made quite clear to us and to everyone that he is the number 2 driver and Verstappen is the number 1 driver, because to start giving out team orders this early when he was only, I believe, before Spain, 19 points behind Verstappen, which is a small margin, that's Red Bull already saying they back Verstappen to go and win the Drivers' Championship. So from Perez's point of view, it was difficult to take, but assuming he has taken it, he's been proving so far to be a fantastic second driver for Red Bull and for Verstappen. And on this good run of form that he's in as well, finishing second in Spain, he'll be looking to carry that on to Monaco and have a good performance and support Verstappen in his fight against Leclerc and his fight against the Red Bull fight against Ferrari. So for Perez's point of view, it's about continuing his run and also to stop Mercedes now, who have picked up a lot of form with George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. They had probably their best performance in Barcelona, Spain, where the car looked as good as it's ever looked this season, and they would have been very happy with the upgrades they made. They're coming into Monaco with even more upgrades, so that will leave a lot in terms of the confidence for the drivers, knowing the car is still improving and getting better and better, and they seem to be getting back somewhat on track. George Russell had a fantastic performance. He was fantastic in qualifying, and going into the race on Sunday, his defensive performance against Verstappen, despite Verstappen's DRS issues, was something amazing. The way he placed his car perfectly, he defended as aggressively as he could. That was good hard driving. So again, that will raise hope in Mercedes that one, the car is looking better and better, and two, they have a driver for now and for the future in Russell, who so far is proving to having a fantastic season, maintains his record of finishing in the top 5 of every race so far this season. And going into Monaco, he'll be hoping that that record continues and that he can get himself further and further up in the Drivers' Championship. And now, with his teammate again, Lewis Hamilton, who had not the best of qualifying, but getting P6 in Barcelona, with their car still considered the third best car, isn't that bad. In addition to that, during the race, obviously there was the disappointment early on, the contact he had with Kevin Magnussen, but he recovered really well from that, was on course for a P4 finish. However, the issues he had meant he had to essentially lose a lot of time and slow down a lot more, and Carlos Sainz got past him in the end and he finished P5. Going into Monaco, obviously he has a lot of experience on this track. He'll be looking for a better result than last year, where he really struggled, finishing I think 7th or 8th. So he'll be hoping for a much better performance in Monaco, and he'll be hoping that this car, the upgrades and the development they have, will be good enough to put him in a position where he's challenging for titles. Again, it's all going to come down to which team gets the qualifying setup best, and that's because at the end of the day, overtaking in Monaco is very, very difficult. So in terms of my prediction going into this Grand Prix, I think, like I've been alluding to so far in this video, it's going to come down to qualifying. Which car gets the qualifying setup ready to go as soon as possible, and essentially gets the best result on Saturday, because overtaking is nigh on impossible in Monaco, especially this year with the track size is the same, but the cars are much wider. Up top, I think the bad luck for Leclerc is going to end in Monaco, and I think he's going to get his first win in his home race, with, I believe, a few surprises in further down the back. I think second and third, I have a suspicion that we're going to see. Okay, I'm going to give it to Lewis Hamilton in second, and maybe a Verstappen in third, and George Russell finishing fourth, and Perez and Sainz taking up fifth and sixth, because I think that Mercedes car is getting better and better, and if they keep with these improvements, they're going to find themselves further and further challenging for wins as the season progresses. And I think this Monaco Grand Prix is going to be perfect for them. Their downforce setups look good. Their straight line speed is looking really, really good, almost on par with Red Bull. So I think it's going to be Mercedes weekend. However, I think they're going to be pipped just by the home driver Leclerc, who you'd think surely his bad luck at home would end. And so that's my prediction for this Grand Prix. Top 3 of Leclerc, Hamilton and Verstappen, with Russell coming in P4 and Perez and Sainz P5 and P6. So those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What would your order be for the top 3? Who do you think is going to come out on top? Who do you think is going to win? Please like the video, turn on notifications for more videos coming up, a football video coming up soon. And thank you very much for watching. Again, like the video and please subscribe. Thank you very much.